One of the great features about PolyNome is the practice log, and you can use this to keep track of what you've been working on. Here I have a triplet fill preset that sounds like this. And let's say that I want to work on this between the tempos of, say, 140 BPM and 200 BPM. I might make a note of that in the notes for the preset. If we swipe across to the presets library, you'll see this little notes icon. You can tap on here and you can enter whatever you want in here. And you can use that as a reminder to let you know the tempos you want to work on. And you might have the actual fill programmed in here just to remind you what it sounds like. But perhaps then you want to play along to just a click. So you can bring down the volume of line 1 in metronome 1. And then you can just play to the click. And because this is named triplet fill, PolyNome knows what you're working on, and it knows the tempo, and it knows the amount of time that you've spent. Now this icon under the play button is the quick practice event editor, and when I hit stop you will see that a new event is logged. So we just logged 18 seconds at 140 BPM for the preset triplet fill. If we put the tempo up a little bit, then when I stop PolyNome, a new event will be logged at 145 BPM. And all these show up in the practice log. And if you like, you can add notes for this specific event by tapping on the note icon. This one was good. Or you can add notes to the daily journal. Choose daily log here. And the actual preset name is stored in the clipboard of PolyNome. So you can tap and choose paste, and that will put in the preset you've been working on. And then you can write some notes about how you felt working on this particular example. And then you might have something else, like for example, I have the Rosanna groove here. And so with the Rosanna groove, you can practice this. Again, you can have the groove up, or you can just mute this and just practice to the click. And again, when we stop this, an event will be logged 10 seconds at 140 BPM for Rosanna. And once more, I can tap on the note icon and choose to enter a note in my daily log. So this is going to be appended to what we had before. And again, I can tap and choose paste. This is feeling pretty good. And then let's say you wanted to do some practice without a click. Let's say you're working on something on the piano, a certain piece perhaps, and you want to log the amount of time you've spent, but you don't want to click. The easiest way to do that is to save a new preset. So I'll tap the disk icon and choose Save As. And then I can go ahead and just clear this metronome. And I'll just enter a bar of rest in here so that nothing's going to play in the metronomes. And then in the mixer, I can mute the overlay fader. So now when we play, there's no sound at all. And we can just use this to log an amount of time spent playing this piece. So you'll note that when I hit stop, it's logged 11 seconds. Now it's logged it at 140 BPM, but we're not bothered about the tempo in this instance. Another neat thing you can do is use the timer to set a certain amount of time to practice. So let's say you were going to do 5 seconds of practice just for the sake of demonstration. And then in the preferences menu, there's an option for countdown time alarm. And if we switch that on, then PolyNome will stop and give us an alarm when the timer runs out. So if you wanted to do, say, 20 minutes piano practice and you just wanted to be alerted when that 20 minutes was up, you just hit play, and when the time runs out, an alarm sounds. And that's logged in the practice log. To view the practice log, you can tap on this button down here and choose View Practice Log. And you'll see that I've logged 16 events here. There's not a lot in this particular one, but if we look on the practice log summary, you'll see my daily log notes for Friday 30th of December here. And then the summary of how much time I spent on the individual things. And you can view charts and all sorts of other things within the practice log. But I really just wanted to show you how you can use PolyNome to log things without a tempo playing, so without a click. You can just log certain amounts of time that you spent working on things.